All right. In case you haven't noticed, we're not the Mark and Jerry with Charles BS sessions anymore. We are just the BS sessions. No more mouthfuls, no more going at us, man. Charles is on sabbatical, as he said last week. He is still part of the show. He will probably be back as soon as he stops working 90 hours a week. And we're holding his, I even got his list for tonight's ELO. So he's still part of us, man. So that's good news. But Jerry, man, it's the old days here.
Yeah, I mean, kind of distracted by that bio you got in the background there. What is that?
Oh, you didn't hear? I put it there for Charles last night. He noticed it.
Yeah.
Do you see what
me? I don't. The one on the bottom looks a lot better.
I agree.
But did you notice I put the rings above the wings? Charles noticed that. He goes, "Oh, you put the freaking rings above the wings?" I go, "That was for you, buddy." I left it for Jerry too. Yeah. So what's going on, Jerry?
Nothing, man. Just been an interesting couple weeks. What can you say, man? Life's been kicking me in the ass lately. But the good news is tomorrow I get to see one of your favorite bands tomorrow night, Mark.
Night Ranger?
I get to see Firehouse.
Nice. CJ Snare back with them because he was out for a few shows.
I'm just gonna go see Winger and Warrant. That's what I'm going for. But Firehouse is opening
like Warrant
for
last time, though.
I'm gonna go see him this time. The whole thing. I kind of left like halfway through because it sucked. So I'm gonna give him another chance. And it was freezing. It was like super freezing. We didn't bring any jackets. I'm infamous at doing that, aren't I? Going to cold places without jackets.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. There's some other guy opening tomorrow. I don't know who it is. I can't remember. I've never heard of him before, but should be fun.
I saw Warren earlier this year. It was like my 5th time seeing them, and it was probably my least favorite that I've seen them. Like, Robert's voice, I think, is starting to go a little bit.
Is it?
Yeah.
But I wish they'd play a lot of the newer material with Robert.
I know they don't.
I know.
Literally, the only cool thing they did this time when I saw them was they played "Thin Disguise," the B side of Cherry Pie, which they don't normally do.
They don't play Harder, Faster. I love that song.
No, like I said, I think we've talked about this before, but I saw them.
Yeah,
like I said, I've seen them a ton of times, and I've seen them play a couple like post Cherry Pie songs, but like not many. I've seen them play pretty much the entirety of Dirty Rotten Filthy Stinking Rich and Cherry Pie, and then like probably 3 or 4 songs after that.
All right, man. Just want to say Charles will be back one day. He's still on Freeform Rock Podcast. We had you on there. We're not going to say what episode that was, but that was fun. You're on whenever you want to come on, man. You're right, Jerry. He's an open invitation on that show.
Absolutely.
Any show where I have, man. You have an idea, give it to me. Give it to Jerry. Jerry, give me more BS. I'm waiting for you to give me BS during the week. Now I had to bring in Motley Crue news.
That's okay. That's always fun to talk about Motley Crue.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's just we're getting into the BS now. Motley Crue producer Tom Werman, how he was portrayed in Nikki Sixx's book. Nothing he said I agreed with. Talk about that, Jerry.
Okay, I guess. I mean, Motley Crue, man, I'm telling you, dude, they're it's almost as big a shitstorm as Kiss is nowadays, man. They really are, man. I was watching some videos of them the other day where, I mean, it's still obvious that they're using tapes. I mean, Nicky's like raising his hands up, you can still hear the bass playing and shit. It's like, it's getting to be a joke, man. But for whatever you want to view Motley Crue as, if you want to waste money seeing it, go ahead. But I know it's got nothing to do with the question you just asked, because I don't know nothing about what you're talking about, really.
Tom Werman, he produced their Shout at the Devil, you know.
Okay,
and I mean, I guess Nikki Sixx is talking shit about everybody. Talks shit about Tom Werman. Everyone he's produced, and they're fucking phenomenal albums. I could see I Want You to Want Me. You know, that was shit the way he did that version. They fixed it live, but that was the only problem on In Color was the version of I Want You to Want Me.
That was the only problem on the first 4 Cheap Trick albums.
Every time I just hear the name Motley Crue, it just upsets my stomach. It really does, man. It just, I don't know. Them and Kiss are just totally have lost their legendary status, in my opinion.
There's his Michelob Ultra.
I was gonna say I got to get it in. I gotta.
Well, don't say the key word. We'll have to pay him 50 cents.
I didn't.
He ain't watching anyways. Oh man, Ian Wadley, I love you, man. I wish you would come on the show one day.
What do you got? A
Uh,
Modelo? I didn't see that.
Yingling Light.
Yingling. Okay.
God, light beer.
That's what my
is this?
dad had in the house.
Fucking, this reminds me of Back to the Future. McFly, have your car all the way towed to your house, and all you have for me is light beer. I love that line. That's why I hate light beer. I'm just joking.
I despise light beer, but Michelob Ultra is the only one I like. I mean, Bud Light was always been terrible. Miller Lite's always been terrible. I mean,
Somebody
don't
said
know.
that Modelo one is pretty good. That light one they got.
I don't like Modelo. A lot of people are saying it's like the new thing because everybody's boycotting Bud Light, but I don't like Modelo. I do like Stella Artois, though. I think that's pretty good beer.
That that
I'll tell
has
you-
fruit. You know that has fruit in it, right?
No, not the ones I get. they
It's
don't.
brewed. It has a little hint of stuff in there.
Well, it doesn't have like a freaking orange floating in it like the shit you drink. All right.
Orange Blue Moon is awesome. And so is
Sucks.
fucking Shock Top is great.
I'll tell you what though, Yingling Lager is so good that even their light beer looks like that.
Oh shit.
That's pretty fucking dark. Yeah.
And what do you think about the Motley Crue shit? Oh, you're drinking. After you take your drink.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Jerry on this one. Honestly, I think Motley Crue might have outdone Kiss at this point. I mean, at least Kiss never signed a contract that said they were never going to play again, and then immediately went back on that and knew the entire time that they were going to go back on that.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be fair, the sad part is the way I see it, Kiss is in the headlines, not necessarily of their own doing all the time. A lot of times it's people poking and prodding at Kiss. I mean, Tim Bream and his whole thing, but
Hi, Tim.
Motley Crue is keeping themselves in the headlines. Motley Crue is going out of their way to make sure that they are front page news on Blabbermouth every single day of the week. And so honestly, I think I'm getting more and more tired of Motley Crue than I am even of all the Kiss drama, just because it's getting to the point where it's every morning there is some Motley Crue story on Blabbermouth, and it could literally be one word changed from what they said yesterday, and they're going to publish it anyway.
Yeah.
It's just getting beyond worn out.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, they should just well, I heard a story from Regina Rand. She's the wife of the late Randy Rand of Autograph, the bassist.
Mm-hmm.
She said that he was paid to play under the stage Nicky's bass lines for years.
Don't surprise me. I believe that 100%.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, at least they had somebody playing.
Here's the sad part about it. Here's the funny part about that. He's got somebody playing for him. I know you're not a musician, Mark, but you ever listen to a Nikki Sixx bass line? You can train a chimpanzee to play his bass lines. I mean, how is he not playing his bass lines?
Yeah.
I mean, Bobby Dahl is a better bass player than he
Jack
is.
Blades is a great bassist too, man. So
I mean, he just plays with the rhythm guitar. Is all
at least
he does.
Gene Simmons, when
special.
he wants to play bass, he's
Oh,
a great.
Oh,
bassist.
Gene in the
Gene's
70s.
Gene's, I mean, even into the 80s, Gene was a phenomenal bass player when he showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you ever see that movie Runaway? I like that movie. the
It
robots.
was okay.
Yeah, Gene was funny.
I preferred the one with Rutger Hauer in it.
Yeah, I did too.
Which that one?
What was that called? Shit.
Blind Fury? I love that movie.
No.
Nobody's heard of that movie, Blind Fury.
Wanted Dead or Alive.
Oh, I like
That's
that.
it, yeah.
You guys know the Rutger Hauer Blind Fury movie?
I know the name. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Dude, he was a blind guy and he's like fighting and shit. He's like, it's fucking pretty cool, man.
My favorite movie with him is the Hitcher.
Oh, the
Me
Hitcher,
too.
C. Thomas Howell? Yeah.
No. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I even liked the original. The cover was that the remake was actually pretty good.
The remake was pretty good, yeah.
Because they had that dude Sean Bean. He was the bad guy. He was pretty
Yeah.
cool in that role.
I need to get that on 4K. I love that movie. I also want to get Soul Man because I like cheesy C. Thomas Howell movies. You don't like Soul Man?
There's another movie that'll never be made today.
No.
Darth Vader was in there, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, all the well, Disney might take out, if it's a Disney movie, a Touchstone movie, they might change it.
What's the shit I hear
no.
you're raising the prices again there, man?
I don't raise nothing. They raise it. Yeah, but
I'm
now
blaming,
they're
I'm
doing,
blaming you as a Disney representative. I'm blaming you, sir.
dude. I'm just like quoting Bob.
I want to
Seger.
speak to your manager right now.
I don't feel like a number. I am a number to Disney. Okay. You're a number to any corporation. It's understandable. I have so many employees or whatever they call you. They don't know. They just sent me a 100th anniversary name tag. Fucking
100th?
really cool. 100th universe. It's pretty cool. Then they gave me a.
Oh, I thought it was like you've been there for 100 years. I thought that.
No,
damn,
Disney.
Dude.
The company's been around for.
Gotcha.
100.
All right.
They sent me
All right.
like a lithograph name tag for.
Have they been around that fucking long? Really?
Yeah.
The Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Mickey
White,
Mouse,
dude.
Mickey
Okay,
Mouse.
you're
was
right.
Mickey Mouse was 28.
True. Good point.
Yeah, man. I love my job. In case people are watching, hi. Let's see.
You still making $21.12 an hour?
Oh no, I got raised up to $25, but everybody who just got hired at the same position is making the same as me now.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah. That
20
sucks.
22
yeah.
years and new hires come off the street as an order cook. And
I went through that as Walmart, man. I was there for 11 fucking years.
you know
man.
what?
They did the same shit to me. So.
But you know what? The way I look at it, I'm still getting $25 an hour. I got a $3 raise. Who cares what they're making? Everybody needs money. If they could throw them some extra coin, it's fucking fine with me.
As long
as they're doing their job. That's
we need to spend more time worried about ourselves and other people. You're right.
Yeah.
Good point.
Oh, I don't care what they're. I'm happy they got more money because California sucks with prices. They need that $25.
Definitely, it's its own country out there. That and Texas are like the two. Like,
well, Gavin Newsom's
Florida
is
too.
falling down pretty much.
Florida's getting that way. Yeah. Florida's getting that way, but
Gavin Gruesom's kind of falling down a little bit now.
Gruesome. Listen to you guys.
Dude,
gruesome.
A 55-cent gas tax every fucking June? Come on!
It's fucking California. It's always been that way. I live there.
The funny thing about it,
you're acting like I haven't lived there, dude. I know all about it.
People believe their propaganda, and they voted for the gas tax.
People
and
believe
then they tried to vote
propaganda. No, really.
And then you want to hurt the bridges and roads? We need money for the bridges and roads. They have money. Okay.
People are
Mark, you would think from what you're saying, you would be living in Pennsylvania because we're dealing with the exact same goddamn thing.
Yeah, the gas tax. Yeah, but California has the highest gas prices in the country, even Hawaii.
Pennsylvania is like in the top 5.
Yeah, it actually fell to $2.85 here today. So I can't.
Well, I would love to be paying $2.85 instead of $5 a gallon.
Jeez, we're at 4.
We're at $5.49. At Costco, I could get it for $4.99, so that's pretty cool. But then I have to wait in that fucking gas line. But the thing is that I'm just going to say the lieutenant governor changed the wording because we wanted to repeal the gas tax. So he made it like if you're voting yes, you're voting to get rid of it, but you're actually voting to keep it because he worded it weird.
I do believe electric cars are the future, but I don't believe in them throwing them down our throats at this moment.
And they don't have
that's the big reason why. That's the big reason why they're doing it.
Once they build the infrastructure, yes, give us we don't have the fucking infrastructure in California.
No, I'm with you.
Rolling blackouts and fires, turning off your electricity, and then they asked us not to charge our electric cars at a certain time.
No, I hear you, dude. It's I mean, it's going to be the future regardless, but they shouldn't really force it down your throat.
Well, we just got into local politics. We're not getting into real politics. I just want to say I'm with Israel. I need to say that there. Fuck Hamas, fucking terrorist bitches, killing babies. All right, let's get to something lighter. Did you guys see Kirk Hammett and freaking James Hatfield sitting here rocking out the fucking Judas Priest?
I did see that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? I thought it was fucking cool watching him just go. It's like,
why not?
Yeah, they were nerding out. It was great.
It's like
they were like us at one time, man. They were like us at one time before they were famous, dude. So
I thought that was really fucking cool. But to a thing, I Charles said he saw this interview before. I never saw this Kurt Cobain interview, but I've been saying this for years. His lyrics are trash and it's gobbledygook. And what did he say about his lyrics? I'm lazy with writing lyrics, and all my lyrics are trash.
I mean,
I agree.
I don't know if I've ever met a Nirvana fan who listens to Nirvana for the lyrics. So,
is there music? It sounds the whole thing is one song, basically, except for the last song. You know, that's different.
Yeah, I understand the Weird Al version more than I understood the Nirvana version when you say it.
All right, I'm just saying that's funny. I had a I'm just gonna say this out there, people. Janie Lane of Warrant is far superior lyricist than Kurt Cobain could ever be.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Fucking
She's
amazing.
my cherry pie, cold drink of
He
water.
didn't want to
such a
write that
sweet
song, man.
surprise.
Listen to Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Good tune.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what. For ballads, I'm not a huge ballad guy, but Warren's ballads are very well written songs.
Oh,
Heaven is
Heaven
is
beautiful
amazing.
song. I love that.
I saw Red.
I saw Red.
Sometimes
like
she cries. Even
Yeah.
good. You know,
Blind Faith.
they put out their best album, Dog Eat Dog, man. That didn't get any fucking
a great
play.
album.
Yeah, it is.
Great fucking album, man.
Yeah, I was late to the ballpark. I was late to the game on that album. I'm got that in the last couple of years. It fucking rules, dude.
Dude, I bought that CD at Tower Records along with Alice in Chains, so I didn't know what was going on. I was just buying what I liked back then.
Found it in the $3 bin at Walmart, man.
Jeez, I wish I could find it for that cheap.
I know the CD. Yeah, I haven't had it. I only have it digitally because I can't find that CD. Mine got ripped off years ago. But
I found Dawkins. What's that? 1994 when they came out with
Race the Slate.
No, the other one,
Dysfunctional.
Found that in the same bin. People are like, "Wow, how'd you find that?" I'm like, "Dude,
holy crap!" Well, it's like all those '90s albums from '80s bands when they're on CMC or they're on some weird label. I mean, that Winger Pull, all the show business.
Skid Row's.
I ordered the Winger box set.
Subhuman Race. I saw that was coming out. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I ordered that one on CD, not vinyl. I can't afford the vinyl. I only can afford the vinyl when there's a Van Hagar set coming out that I've been waiting to get on vinyl for years.
I mean, this was one of the few. This came out on Atlantic, so this was still a major label album. But I mean, a lot of those '90s albums.
You have the original version, the paper. I have the plastic version. Yeah, you have the original, and I had the.
What do you guys think? Do you like those CD cases better than the jewel cases? I do, because jewel cases always fucking break. What do you think?
But those papers rip after a while.
It depends. Okay, I'm fine with the ones like this that have the tray for the CD.
I love that one. Yeah.
I hate where's that?
Oh, the sleeve.
The new Fleetwood Mac CD has the stupid freaking.
I hate that. It scratches the disc, man.
Does that sound good? Does that?
Oh my god, it sounds amazing. Does it?
Yeah, I need to get that. I saw you and Edwin talking about
100% recommended. Yeah. But this is amazing. But that's the way CDs are going now, and it pisses me off because, and I noticed this, and I hope it's not when it actually comes out. The new Judas Priest album, I saw the pre-order up on Amazon, and from the look of the photos, it looks like the case is one of these. And I've never seen a Judas Priest album come in one of these before. Every single Judas Priest album I have on
the new
CD
Tesla has a tray.
Is a jewel case. So I'm hoping it either has a tray or it's a jewel case, because these things just piss me off to no end. I understand, like, for example, these like big box sets, like I'm going to talk about my ELO box set. I understand that you're trying to fit a bunch of albums in a little case, but when you're just putting one CD,
time out. Where did you get that at? Because I want it.
Amazon.
It's cheap. They had a box set like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's everything. It's the first album through.
I need to get that too, man.
The first album through Balance of Power.
Is it like $40?
I think it's cheaper than that. At least it was when I bought it.
I got like a box set of White Lion, Foreigner, and Kansas like that. Pretty cool.
I have the Kansas and Foreigner ones.
Yeah. Look at this. This is the new live album by Tesla. It has the tray. Joseph.
Yeah.
This one has the tray. This is pretty good.
Looks like it's out of it. It's not on Amazon right now. It looks like
it'll come out again.
Yeah.
Walmart might have. Walmart always has those cool 5-in-1 things from.
Oh yeah.
You ever get those?
They have one for ELO too. I saw that just popped up. I have a ton of those things,
and they're like $20. They're really good price, man. I think I got
Amazon has
Theater one.
I have the big box set for Dream Theater, but I have a couple Blue Oyster Cult of the 5-in-1s. Journey had the 5-in-1.
I'm gonna see Blue Oyster Cult at a swap meet on Saturday with Mark Farner, the Grand Funk Railroad
from Grand Funk. Yeah,
that's gonna be cool because he's the only one I want to see out of that band that's touring now. Because they have like a Grand Funk still touring.
Bruce Kulick.
Bruce Kulick.
Yeah.
Get on my weed. All right,
All right,
man.
what's next, man?
What's next? Well, let's keep it on Power Trip, man. AC/DC returned to the stage, man. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, great news to hear. I mean, from what I heard is it didn't sound bad either. So,
No.
and it was a really heavy Bond set list from what I understand.
Yes. Yeah.
So cool. Good for them. Good to see them back, man. World needs AC/DC, man.
Fuck yeah.
Mhm.
They released an album during the pandemic, made me happy. Power up, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would have been my one complaint about the set list, and I'll get into what I thought about the entire show in a little bit. But the set list, I loved how Bond heavy it was, but I was also a little disappointed that I think there was only like 5 posts for those about to rock, or like if you count the song for those about to rock, only like 6 post Back in Black songs on the set list. For those about to rock, Thunderstruck, Stiff Upper Lip, Rock and Roll Train, and 2 off the new album.
Yeah.
Which I would have actually preferred probably more off the new album. I really wish they would have done Through the Mist of Time. I really wish they would have done that one.
I'm okay with that because I prefer that era of AC/DC. So
Well, so do I. But I mean, when you're seeing that lineup, forget like I hate saying it, but I don't always want to see Brian Johnson singing Bon Scott songs. Like there's an untouchableness to a lot of that. Particularly, I mean, there's certain songs that they don't do on purpose. Like there's certain songs that they just completely avoid.
You'll never hear them do Squealer.
You're never going to hear them do It's a Long Way to the Top.
Yeah.
You're never going to hear them do something like Ride On, which they've done, but they don't do it very often.
Yeah.
But I did like they pulled out a couple deep cuts that they don't normally do with Brian. I mean, I was looking on setlist.com and they had a couple notes. First time they did If You Want Blood in probably like 10 or 15 years. Riff Raff, the first time they did it with Brian Johnson in like 10 or 15 years. Like a couple different things that it was the first time in a while. But AC/DC's discography is so solid that I honestly want to. They're one of the few bands that I actually want to hear more of their newer stuff. I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear some of the stuff off Rock or Bust. I'd love to hear more off Power Up. I'd love to hear a couple more off Ball Breaker or Stiff Upper Lip. I'm fine with the title track, but
I love House of Jazz and New York City.
Oh yeah,
man.
Yeah. There's some great stuff on that album, but I mean, not all of it came out great live. But I mean, just set list wise, I loved it for what it was. But I would just be, I honestly, I know people are always like, oh my God, now I guess AC/DC is going to go on tour. I don't think they're gonna. I really don't think they're gonna, and I think they're gonna like kind of reserve it for big festivals or something like that, if they play at all. And mainly wise, you could tell Brian was struggling a little bit. They still sounded, I mean, Angus sounded amazing. I mean, Angus was hitting those riffs and the band sounded tight. The whole Phil Rudd thing, I think, might throw it into a little bit of up in the air. But I think Brian, I don't know how much he can do as far as like a full tour. And they sounded good for what they did. And I don't know how sustainable it would be. And as much I've never seen AC/DC live, I'd love to see AC/DC live. I wouldn't want to see them in a way that I go to a show knowing that they are probably doing themselves more harm than good by doing the show.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, man.
I hear you. I agree with you on that one.
I agree with you too, man. But fucking, I saw AC/DC on the Razor's Edge tour with Charles's favorite band, LA Guns, opening. So that was pretty fucking
Man,
cool.
these guys are. It sucks they're getting old because
Yeah.
now they're not 100% sure that Steven Tyler's ever going to get his voice back to where it is. So they might
No.
be finished. They might be finished right now. Sucks.
All right, and then back to Power Trip, man. We got Metallica. Kirk Hammett botches Nothing Else Matters intro and laughs it off. And then Lars comes out with a towel. You know, hey, my opinion is, it's live.
Air is
they
human, man.
tapes.
Yeah.
And they laughed it off. And just, it's
Yeah.
like, what a daily office. I fucking forgot the lyrics, man, or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I mean,
Nothing wrong.
Metallica are just, they're still doing it live. I mean, regardless of what anybody says, Metallica is still one of the best live bands out there. And they just have, they don't, as much as they got the reputation for it, especially in the late 90s and early 2000s, they don't take themselves too seriously. Like they can laugh that kind of stuff off and just keep going on with the show. I don't know if it was like 25 years ago what it would have been like, but I think
he's not gonna say, like I said, I'm gonna dock you a week's pay for that mistake, Kirk.
Yeah. They're at a point in their career where they've resurrected their sort of a public opinion about them.
Right.
They've kind of become the fun dads of heavy metal. Like everyone, I mean, everybody loved Hardwired. The reception for 72 seasons was a little bit more mixed, but generally people kind of liked it. It wasn't like people were throwing it out the window or anything.
I fucking love that album.
But you can tell they're just having a lot more of a fun time than they did 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just they're at that point in their career where they've kind of gotten over themselves a little bit.
Yeah, Jerry, I'm sorry you don't like good music on that one, man.
Oh no, I'm with Jerry. It's not a great album.
Oh, I heard it fucking so many times. I fucking love it. It's a grower. I'm telling you, it's a total grower.
My
expectations for it were so great for it. That's why I'm
day one listener. I had it on my porch the day it came out.
I
listened to it day one.
I did too.
I'm with Jerry on that. My expectations after
how many times have you listened to it?
I've given it plenty of tries.
Okay, I've listened to it like 100 times already. I'll fucking love it now.
Maybe 3 times for me.
Oh, that's probably why, Jerry. You need at least 10.
Yeah.
But
we torture myself.
It's like more power trip. Judas Priest, man. We already talked about how Metallica is rocking out to them. But man, I heard they killed it, man. People were telling me they killed it.
Man, that was a freaking great set list.
Yeah. It's like
good
Jerry,
to hear.
Man.
What
you think about Priest, man? And her new album comes out, Invisible Shield, March 3rd. Are you guys excited for that?
Oh,
I know I am.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a letdown though.
I was not. Everybody said they loved their last album. I thought their last album was horrible.
Really?
But so I don't know. They're not Judas Priest anymore, man. I mean, come on. Who's gonna? What do they got? They got Rob and they got Glenn, who's really sick. Is the bass player and drummer? No,
bass
they're all new.
No, bass player's original. Bass player's the
only original member.
Ian,
and the drummer's been there since Painkiller, dude.
Okay, well, whatever. I don't know, dude. I mean, Rob can still bring it, sing it. So but I don't know. I've given up on Priest.
Richie Faulkner rules, man.
I do like KK's Priest though.
Yeah, they sound pretty good. They do sound pretty good. I saw the new singles coming out tomorrow. The first single from the new Priest album, and I saw it already came out in Australia because of being ahead of time and everything. I've seen mixed things already. As far as the first single, I'm of the camp that I think Firepower was one of the best albums of the last 20 years. I think it's freaking amazing.
Heroes.
I'm trying to temper my expectations because I've found that the last couple bands that I thought they've released a really, really good album have not followed it up well. Metallica. The 2 Slipknot albums ago was really, really good, and then their last album.
You didn't like the album before Firepower?
Oh yeah, no, I did. No, the only album that they've put out since Halford's been back in the that I didn't like was Nostradamus.
Oh, I
liked Angel of Retribution and Redeemer of Souls. They were both great.
Redeemer, those albums are great. Yep.
But as far as like bands' recent albums that I thought were really good, and then the follow up was not good. I thought Hardwired was amazing. I thought 72 Seasons was a big letdown. I thought Slipknot, We Are Not Your Kind was great, and then the follow up was a letdown. There's bands that have been putting out really good albums, and I think a lot of them have been follow-up letdowns. I'm just hoping it's not the same way with Priest, just because Firepower was the first like new album to come out when I was big into a band that I've really connected with like that. And I'm trying to temper my expectations for the new album, just trying to not get too overexcited about it.
Yeah, I agree, but with the Hardwired, I love Hardwired, but after keep listening to 72 Seasons, I'm thinking it's just as strong as Hardwired now. I fucking love that album. Plus seeing those songs live, it's like they're fucking amazing songs. They're different. It's not like load or reload, man. Come on.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no. I think 72 Seasons is okay. I don't think it's a bad album at all. I just it was nowhere near as good as Hardwired was.
Well, yeah, stop comparing it to that. Just keep listening to it for what it is. It's fucking a good album. It's a good effort by them. I like it a lot. But let's get to one last BS story before we get in. Well, let's get into two because we got a little time. Great White's Audrey Disbrow. Our singer won't be wasted on drugs and falling off the stage. A dig at Jack Russell. Before you guys say anything, I gotta say something. I've heard Jack Russell in many interviews. He takes full responsibility for that shit. He apologizes to the band. He is very humble about it. And these motherfuckers don't fucking want to fucking say shit about him every fucking chance they get. Fuck you and your Terry Noise. Fuck you and your Mitch fucking Malloy. This new guy is okay. It's better. He ain't no fucking Jack Russell. So fuck off, Great White. Fucking stop talking shit about Jack when he's talking nothing but fucking taking responsibility for what he did to you band, and he understands why he was out of the band. You know, Jerry, what do you think about that?
Well, it's obviously more to that story than just that. There's deeper problems within that band. So, you know.
Well, Jack admitted to it. He said it was my fault.
He could have done some things to really fucking just, you know, put him over the. It happened. Fucking singers are fucking divas, man. I hated dealing with them when I was in a fucking band, dude. I don't know, but you know, I think there's more problems with what you just hear within Great White. You know, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know for sure, but it just seems that way from every article that I hear. So, you know, together as a whole, they were fucking awesome. I've seen them twice, you know, with the classic lineup, and they were fucking awesome. So I don't know. Maybe someday they'll get the classic lineup back.
Oh,
I don't know.
It's Michael Lardy fucking being a little bitch about it because Jack Russell said he loves Mark Kendall. They started that band together, man. Yeah. And he wishes him luck. He wishes all the success. And he's happy to do his own Jack Russell's Great White. He doesn't talk shit, but every time I see it's Audie DeBro, Mark Kendall kind of stays out of it. Because probably they go back way back. But again, this fucking drummer asshole talks shit about him, and it pisses me off. You have any thoughts on that, Joseph?
I mean, it's 2023. How else is Great White going to be in the headlines?
There you go.
I mean, I saw him this year with the new singer. He was pretty good. I honestly preferred Terry Ilius with them. But I think he's better in XYZ anyway.
Yeah.
But Great White, they were like a C-tier hair metal band that had like 2 hit songs, and Jack Russell was the only member that anybody knew by name.
They never Mark Kendall was too.
But not nearly to the level like people actually know Jack Russell.
I know Tony Montana too.
Tony Montana.
He's in Jack Russell's Great White, by the way, right now.
Yeah, he is.
He's a multi-instrument.
Yeah, they split up. They split the lineup. They're
like an LA Guns type of
thing. It's Jack Russell and Tony Montana.
I'd rather see Jack Russell. Yeah, he looks frail, but he still sounded good when I saw him. So
I do like the kid they have now singing for him. He looked like he was having a good time when I saw him.
You got that right. Kid is the perfect word. That dude he's about 15 years old.
Oh no, you're just gonna bring that up. We saw him at Rockin' Pod, dude, and he was like, he looked like he was 10 to 15 years old.
Yeah, he looked young.
He was very young. I didn't even want to talk to him because I'm a Jack Russell nut swinger. I'm kind of pissed he's in the band. But I fucking love Great White from the first EP on up to every album they did with fucking Jack Russell. Fucking great shit. Especially the Zeppelin stuff they did. I
jumped ship after Hooked.
But nah, dude, Can't Get There From Here was a great album. Produced by Jack Blades and Night Ranger, and he sang a lot of background vocals. And Tommy Shaw and him wrote a song on there for them. So pretty good. You never heard Rolling Stoned?
Possibly.
Dashboard Jesus?
Dude, I told you that was that I did hear that song actually. like I said, dude, you go into the era where I had to play the dad role for like 15 years, dude. So it's kind of that's the years that I was kind
Well, I
of
get
out of
it.
music.
That's
So
why you got me now, to give you all the shit you missed. Now, yeah, but I'll send you 1,000,000 of them, and then it'll
oh,
take
please
2
don't.
years. Like the new Night Ranger, I kept sending him newer Night Ranger. I don't want to hear this.
Yes,
Fuck
I like
them.
the new fucking Night Ranger. Okay, Jesus, sue me.
All right, man.
Actually, I think the new Night Ranger is one of their best albums. Actually,
Yeah, I like their albums from Seven to Neverland, man. That's fucking. I don't like feeding off the mojo, no jack, but I like their stuff, man. It's all good. But then one more story, and then we'll get out of here on this, and then we'll get to the main attraction, which you will introduce, Jerry, since it's your pick. Paul Rogers says Bad Company still has a lot of life left in them. Jerry,
he still sounds good. So that his voice sounds good, and he's got a pretty killer band. I don't know if Mick Rouse ever come back or Simon Kirk, but Howard Leese from Heart's great guitar player. I mean, he's been with them for a while now, so he's got a pretty good band behind him. So good. It's good to hear.
his new solo album is pretty good, man. I've been playing some tracks on thatmetalstation.com. Joseph, man, any thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm not the world's biggest Bad Company fan. I think, I like Paul Rogers with as this people kind of try to paint him as this like creative genius. I think he's a little overrated, but I mean, I really cool. Like he still sounds good, like you said.
Look,
And
I got to
if
interrupt.
they're selling tickets, that's fine.
I've never heard anybody call Paul Rogers a creative genius. I've heard him say he's got pipes, he's got vocals. Nobody sounds like Paul Rogers. On a creative part, no, they've never called him that. Where did you hear that from?
I've just heard people say that like from Free and Bad Company, all the stuff he was doing, that like he was like this big like
But it's
genius
all about his
songwriter or
vocals.
something.
No, it's about his vocals. It's all
Well, I mean,
about
I think
his
he's a
vocals.
great singer, but I think
And
people blow him out of proportion a little bit.
I've never heard he was a great. Have you heard he's ever a great songwriter or creative, Jerry? Just vocals.
I mean, yeah, I mean, and he never really had a range in his voice. It was always pretty much the same tone in all of the songs, which is a good thing. So, obviously it works because he still has his voice. But yeah,
dude, he had the lows and the highs.
It worked for their music, man. That's all you can say. I mean, the body of work speaks for itself. So even I know a lot of people didn't like the Brian Hell.
Oh, I love that
era of Bad Company, but I liked it, and I thought they sounded more more spreading their with him as their singer.
Dangerous Age, Holy Water, and Here Comes Trouble. Fucking love those albums.
But
I don't think he was on Fame and Fortune, was he? That was some other guy.
No, he did 3. I thought he did those 3 albums.
Yeah, but there's an album before Dangerous Age called Fame and Fortune. It doesn't sound like him.
Well, I don't know, but anyway, I mean, so they were in his range, Paul Rogers' range in the early 70s. So,
Well, Free is awesome. Too bad the guitar player died so young. Paul Kozloff, man, he was fucking good.
Boz Burrow, man, was an awesome bass player.
Oh
dude.
God, yeah.
Company,
what did he die of? Somebody said he died.
He died fucking in rehearsal, dude. Fucking had a heart attack. He was getting ready for the tour, man. He just fucking killed over rock and roll, dude.
They said he did coke.
I'm sure he was. Yeah,
I heard it was coke.
I'm just saying.
But fucking yeah, it's like Paul Rogers. I've always heard about his voice. I've never heard he was that great of a songwriter. He writes good stories. Great. Go ahead, Jerry.
To prove that point, he sounded terrible with Queen.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
He sings he sings very well at what he sings.
He does not sing very well. I mean, I have no idea who came up with that.
Just because he was like a legend and wasn't doing anything at the time. I guess he's friends with Brian May and Roger Taylor, probably.
Oh, okay.
Well, he says that the dude's Adam Lambert is the perfect singer for them. So I saw that story.
He does. He's not bad with them, dude. I mean, he's no Freddie, but he's all right. He does a good job.
He's a little over the top sometimes.
He's very
more than flamboyant. Freddie was too. So
yeah, Freddie was kind of
he was pretty much out there.
But I mean, Adam Lambert seems more try hard though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Adam Lambert's solo stuff, but he does the Queen songs really good.
Oh yeah, no. They were just here that they were charging way too much to see them live. I wasn't paying it, but they were just here not too long ago.
All right, Jerry, we're done. Well, I'll save that for another day. But Jerry, man, what the fuck are we doing tonight, man?
We're doing a band that we talked about that we're going to do sooner or later. We've talked about doing ELO stuff for the longest time. And I was making my choice for the pick. I'm like, damn it, we're going to fucking do ELO because we talk about it a lot. Great fucking band, dude, man. Jeff Lynne, what a genius songwriter he was, man. Or still is, actually. He's still with us. Great music, dude. I mean, it's just, yeah, some of it's a little on the dated side, maybe, but I still like it. I don't care. But fucking love ELO, dude. Great fucking band. What do you guys think?
I'll go. When I was listening to it today, and I don't listen to this band that much, but I like them. The thing is, they have a lot of filler, but the great stuff is fucking so great. It makes up for the filler to me. That's what I think about ELO. What about you, Joseph?
I'd agree with that. I think, in particular, there's a period of their discography that is really, really solid. And there's some good stuff before and after that, but it's not as solid. But nobody was doing what they were doing in the 70s. I mean, nobody was really. It was taking something like the Beatles, but putting a twist on it, really upping the orchestral element, really upping the sort of like bubblegum earworm pop element of it, but also keeping a little bit of a harder rock edge on certain things. I mean, there's certain songs that really are more forward on the rock side, but also even their poppier songs have a really good rock hook to them. And I think nobody was doing what they were doing in the 70s, and they had such a unique sound to the point where you hear a song on the radio, you could have never heard that song before, but you know that it's an ELO song. And they just have one of those really identifiable sounds. And Jeff Lynne's voice particularly, and just the style of songwriting, the style of musicianship is so easily identifiable, but they just have such a really great discography, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, man. So we're making an album, like side 1 and side 2 of ELO. If you guys watch the show, you know what the fuck we're doing. But me and Charles both have 5 songs on side 1. What do you have, Joseph?
Let me figure this out here. I think I picked one. I have 5 songs on side 1 as well.
Jerry?
I have 6 and 5, damn it. That's what we
6 and
always
5.
do, Mark.
I changed it up this time.
I have some longer stuff on side 1.
I don't know how long it is. I just listened to it.
I didn't time it or anything, but I know I have some shorter kind of hits on side 2.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's start with you, Joseph. What's your first track on side 1?
Alrighty. So I teased this in our group chat a little bit earlier. I made this a lot harder for myself than it needed to be. In a way, I made it easier for myself, but also in a way, I made it harder for myself. When I approached this band, they have a very unwieldy discography. If you just went in blind and said, okay, I'm going to tackle all of ELO's discography, this box set right here of their classic era from 71 to 86 is 11 albums, including a double album. And that's a lot of music. And that's not including the Xanadu soundtrack. That's not including any of that stuff.
Ooh.
That's a lot of music. So what I did was I narrowed it down to what I consider the classic era of ELO. So I started with El Dorado. I went through Discovery. That kind of classic era, it had the most consistent band lineup. There was a few little changes throughout on some of the string players, but the most consistent band lineup to make it easier for myself, but also make it even harder for myself because it's a lot of really good music in there. So I'm going to start out my album with a song that started out my favorite ELO album, and that is Tightrope off New World Record. I think it is a great opening song. I think of all the songs that start off their albums, I think it's one of the best opening tracks. I think it's a great way to kick off the album. I mean, it really sums up ELO, I think, perfectly. It has a nice long intro with really showing off the musicianship, and then you get into a really catchy pop song in there with a nice little rock edge on. I think it's a great way to open up the album.
Good pick, man. Jerry?
I'm gonna have to go with Out of the Blue with the classic Mr. Blue Sky, man. I mean, that's it. I think they opened up with that song quite a bit on their touring. Cool tune, man. Great opening song. Got that cool ELO vibe to it, the beat to it, and everything. Great fucking song. I think it's an awesome opening track for an album. So that's my lead off track.
Well, I'll go for Charles. He on his track one, on side one, he picked Don't Bring Me Down, Goosh.
Bruce.
Goosh.
Garus.
Goosh. You know, I know, I thought it was Bruce. You know,
There's a
even
funny story about that. Actually, Jeff Lynne started singing Bruce in America because what everybody thought it was, so he would leave Bruce in.
Damn.
So, interesting story about that.
And then we get to me and Charles are on the same side here. Don't Bring Me Down to start our album. I started because it's a fucking cool opening fucking track. They fucking let you know what you're in for with this band. It's like, don't bring me down. Whoosh, you know,
Don't
it's
bring
like
me down.
it's like the harmonies, the fucking don't you got me, the fucking echo of Jeff Lynne's voice. It's just like, God, this is like perfect. This is like, I hate to admit it, I think Ghost copies ELO more than any band. I'm hearing
there's definitely some ELO in there.
The vocals.
Tobias is a huge ELO fan.
Yeah, this is getting me into Ghost. You fucking suck, people. So now I like 9 songs now. God damn it. Sorry, God, I love you. And then we get to your number 2, side 1, Joseph.
Alrighty, continuing right on from the last song. I mean, if there's any pairing of songs I think works so well as a first and second song, going back to a New World Record, Telephone Line, second track on my side 1. I mean, such a classic track. I mean, the vocals, the melodies, instantly recognizable. I mean, it's a beautiful song, but there's some great pop in there too. It's such a great track. I think it flows on so great from Tightrope into Telephone Line. I had to keep that as my 1-2 opening punch.
All right, so Jerry.
I'm with Joseph on this one. That's my second one, Telephone Line. Love how it starts out with that monotone vocals, and then it goes into like just a beautiful song. And every time I hear that song, I think of Billy Madison, man. That part with Steve Buscemi, he's putting the lipstick on. Fucking classic, dude. But you're right, it's a beautiful song, very well written tune, catchy as fuck, beautiful song, beautifully sung. So yeah, that's my number 2.
And he scratches them off the list of the people he wants to kill. Oh my God. I'm gonna go to Charles, man. He picked Rollover Beethoven. Fucking great pick, dude. I love that track. I didn't pick it, but fucking good track. And then I don't know what album this is off because I just did a shuffle on that set you had from Amazon Music. I should have like looked them up, but I was kind of lazy at work. Oh No, Susan. That fucking song could have been a John Lennon fucking solo track. It's that fucking good. It sounds like something I would hear John Lennon do. It's a fucking amazing fucking track. I'd never heard it before until this week. I fucking got to start doing some homework on this band more. You know, I love the band, but I even have Jeff Lynne's ELO album, the first one. Fucking really good album too. But I forget about it because I get all this other shit and I don't go back to it as I should because it was good. I just never went back to it. But we get to your number 3, Joseph.
All right. So moving back one record to the album that really first kind of broke them a little bit, I'll Face the Music. And that is the song that ends side 1 of that album. That is Night Rider. It's another catchy as hell track. I mean, just great way to continue the momentum that I'm building here on my side 1. Just I tried to, in some ways, not pick the most predictable picks. I mean, later on my album, there's definitely some really predictable songs coming, but I tried to pick songs in some cases that, I mean, they were singles, but they weren't like the really big hits. But I think Night Rider is just such an amazing really, really catchy track, and I think it keeps the momentum going on my album here.
Yeah, when I was listening to that box set on the way to work, Knight Rider came up. I didn't remember to write that down because I'm driving. I can't write notes. But I remember listening to that song. And the reason I remember it, because I remember the Dawkins song, Knight Rider. So it kind of like gave me a thought, oh, I like that song, Knight Rider. Oh, this ain't the Dawkins version. This is fucking cool. I remember listening to that, though. That's a great song. Now, Jerry, 3.
I'm gonna stick with a New World Record and say, do you want my love?
Because of Bass Friendly?
Woman?
No, I'm just
It's a cool tune, man. Cool jamming tune, man. I mean, these guys or Jeff and his band, man, we're in a fucking, you know, how do you say it? They were unique in their sound and everything, which made them so fucking awesome. This song just grooves. I love how it goes. I love this album. It's my favorite album by them, actually. So
Mine as well. Mine as well.
Yeah. My number 3.
All right, and we get to Charles's number 3, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know this song, Ma Bell.
It's one of their earlier
One of
songs.
the earlier, yeah, I don't know it too well. It sucks because I know this band, but I don't know this band. I'm being honest with you guys here. I wanted to pick it till I got like versed in them a little bit more, but then I get to mine. I know this is probably like a song everybody knows, Showdown. Fucking great fucking song with those violins. I love this. This fucking ELO is a total earworm. Just saying. It's like you hear one of these songs, you're listening to it, but then the next song comes out and cancels that one out because that's an earworm. Then the next song comes and cancels it out because it's another earworm. So Showdown, man. And then we get to number 4 on side 1. Joseph.
Alrighty, moving on to an album that got talked about a little bit in our top albums of 1979 list, and that is Discovery. And I'm picking The Diary of Horace Wimp. I think that's a great track.
Great song.
It's kind of one of the few tracks on the album that doesn't go down the sort of more disco vibe that they were going for on that album. But I think it's just the lyrics they have a touch of humor to them, and I think it's also the chorus is really catchy at the same time. But I think the musicianship on this one's just great. I mean, the musicianship is always great with this band, but I think it's a shorter track, and I think it's a great cut off this album.
Damn, Jerry.
I'm about to go back to Out of the Blue and Turn Stone, man. Another great song. You mentioned earworms, man. That's a classic ELO earworm right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
And what's so cool about their arrangements is their vocalizations, how they do. It's almost like doo-wop in a way. You know what I mean? If you think about it in some of their songs, really fucking well done too.
And you don't like Extreme? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, what's that to do with that? What the fuck does Extreme got to do with ELO?
Fucking,
They don't sound nothing like each
fucking
other.
harmonies like ELO. They could do that. They could do clean
No,
harmonies.
they got fucking kiss my butt cheek. But yeah, that's my number 4 off Turn a Stone off Out of the Blue.
Hey, I have to get Extreme in there for Charles since he isn't here. I hope he's watching. Man, and we get to Charles's number 4. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the song either. 10538 Overture.
Good
That's
song.
that's an early one as well.
I didn't get to that. I've been listening to it on. There's so many songs on that shuffle. Is just taking forever to get through all of them.
Well, yeah, it's like 12 discs.
Yeah, so 3 days ain't enough. I need like 2 weeks probably. And then I get to mine. My number 4. I don't know what album this is off of, but reminded me of the Beatles a lot and John Lennon again. Big Wheels. I love the feel of this song. Fucking great fucking track, man.
Yeah, that's from Out of the Blue. It's in the middle of the Concerto for a Rainy Day suite.
Nice. It's a fucking killer track. And then we get to your number 5, Joseph, ending your side 1.
Alrighty, ending my side 1 with a bang here. This is one of the first ones that's not like a single off my album, and that is going to the hilarious cover art of El Dorado, and that would be the opener of side 2 on that album, Mr. Kingdom.
There's no place
I
like
think
home.
I think it's a beautiful track. It's an epic track. It's a long track. The instrumentation is so amazing on that song. And I think it has a great it's a great way to close out a side, in my opinion.
And then we get to yours, Jerry's. Your song 5 on
Yeah,
side 1.
possibly my favorite ELO song. It's off Discovery, Last Train to London. Fucking what the lyrics in that fucking are just, man, just so fucking emotional and shit. I've always liked that song. It's fucking just a great song, dude. I mean, what else to say, man? I love that song.
All right, and we get to Charles, man. He's closing his side 1 with "Can't Get You Out of My Head." It's a fucking great ballad there, man.
Yeah.
It's a fucking beautiful song, Charles, man. I didn't pick it. Fucking you rule for that one. And then I end my side 1, which I think Jerry already said, Mr. Blue Sky, man. It's a fucking happy song. It's a fun song. And you ever watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Yeah.
It opens with that fucking song. And another movie, Megamind, with Will Ferrell during the voice and Brad Pitt, the animated film Megamind. They use that song a lot in that movie too, Mr. Blue Sky. This song is fucking in so many fucking movies, recent and old movies. It's like, hey, we want to put an ELO song in this movie. Pick Mr. Blue Sky. That's what it seems like, man. Like, and that song rules. So that's my number 5, ending my side 1. So beginning your side 2, Joseph.
Alrighty, kicking off my side 2 with the opener of probably their most famous album, and that's one that Jerry already mentioned, and that is Turn to Stone off Out of the Blue. I mean, everything Jerry said about this song. I mean, it's just absolute classic ELO. Just the strings sound amazing on this song, and the vocal melodies are so tight, and it just sounds so good. But it's a great way to kick off an album in this case, but a great way to kick off side 2 of my album.
Yeah, Jerry, what's your ending of side 1?
Off of Face the Music, arguably probably their most famous song. I mean, Don't Bring Me Down might compare with it, but Evil Woman, that's on that in it. What a great fucking song that is, dude. I mean, we all know that song.
No.
Yeah. You made a fool of me. Just fucking great.
Evil
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah. I mean,
that
we know that song. We know that song, all of us, pretty well. I mean, we know it's a cool tune. So that's how I'm going to end my album. I love that song.
I didn't pick it because
Neither did I.
One of us would pick it.
I knew one of you.
That was one of the last songs I cut from my album. I love that song so much.
I love that song also, man. And then we get to Charles beginning his side 2, Evil Woman. So we just talked about that, Charles. So we all love the song, but I knew you would pick it, and Joseph cut it at the end. So and then I get to my track 1 on side 2, Mission World Record. That song starts off slow and starts picking up. It's like fucking killer track, man. And me listening to ELO for some reason, on the way home from work tonight, I shuffled all my fucking Supertramp albums. That shit fucking rules. I'm just saying. That fucking shit rules. That needs to be reviewed. We need to do a Supertramp episode. Fucking love Supertramp. But Mission World Record, I love the sci-fi lyrics. Kind of, I wonder if Styx got the idea for the mission from this song, because it's about kind of the same shit.
Well, a lot of bands have talked about that, not just those two.
Yeah.
So,
but mission, it's like,
yeah,
maybe Tommy Shaw stole the idea from Jeff Lynne.
Well, it wasn't even Tommy Shaw that thought of it; it was Will Vankovich.
Yeah. But then we get to your number 2 on side 2, Joseph.
Alrighty, another one that's already been mentioned is showing off a little bit more of the rock side of this great band, and that is my 3rd and final pick off my favorite album, New World Record, and that is Do Ya. I mean, a little bit more of the heavy riffs in there, and the harmonies in the chorus are just so good, and the swirling strings. I mean, it's such a great song, and you can joke all you want, Mark. I think Ace did a pretty good job covering it. But
I didn't joke
no,
about it. I just said
the
you picked it because of Ace. That's all I said.
I knew this version a long time before I knew the Ace version.
Me too.
But no, this is definitely the best version. But I think it's an absolutely classic ELO song. Might be probably in my top 3 ELO songs.
All right, you're starting your side too, Jerry.
I'm gonna go back to the Discovery album, and this is where I think this song belongs. I think it's a great opener for a side 2. Don't Bring Me Down. I mean, what a fucking great song that is, man.
I started my album off with that.
It's a loud, it's so cool. It's such a loud song, but it's so cool. I mean, it's so unique. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear anything like that with the production, the vocals, which are fucking amazing all through ELO's career.
It's a heavy dance song. It's
exactly.
Weird.
This would start out with that drum, that dun, 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 dun. I mean, just you're gonna get something really cool. Then a just really great. Fucking cool. I mean, yeah. So that's how I'm gonna start off my second side.
Well, my track 2. We'll get to Charles first. His track 2 on side 2 is Showdown. I already picked that song. Did you pick that, Joseph?
No, I did not.
You picked Showdown. Okay, Showdown is a fucking killer track, Joseph. Not Joseph. Charles, it's a great job. And then I get to mine, which is from the Xanadu soundtrack, which he wrote the whole fucking thing. And I like that movie because I like cheesy, corny movies. I'm sorry, and Olivia Newton-John is fucking hot. I'm like Jerry. I like something.
Dude, how can that dude go from fucking Warriors to that fucking piece of shit movie, dude? Come on, man. That movie sucked. Xanadu, that was horrible.
Dude, she was hot.
It's like it's pretty good. Then watch Grease.
Yeah, I do like Grease too. Michelle Pfeiffer, man.
And this guy spent $5 making that movie. It was such a low budget.
All right. Well, I picked All Over the World.
All right.
Fair enough. I like that fucking song. I had that soundtrack, man. I like the song she did with what's his name from Singing in the Rain in there. What was that guy's name?
Gene
Kelly. That was a fucking great soundtrack, man. And then we get to your number 3 on side 2, Joseph.
Alrighty, so this pick is going to be completely out of left field, and it is a song that I don't think anyone would ever put on an ELO album. But I mean, this song just hit me today, just because I have been on such a Frank Zappa kick lately, especially a lot of his instrumental stuff. So that being said, off of Out of the Blue, I am picking The Whale. I mean, it's such a just out there instrumental. It goes from piece to piece, and I think it's eclectic and it's weird, but I love it. And I think it's a way to kind of break up the pop hits on my album a little bit with just this weird kind of out there instrumental that I think it's amazing.
Jerry, what's your track 2 on side 2?
Track 2, side 2 from Face the Music. Strange Magic, man. Another fucking
song.
Nice.
Beautiful fucking song, dude.
You know what? Also,
go ahead.
They got a little Bee Gees feel and it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Sure. It does a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure. Which there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, Jeff Lynne's got a better voice. That makes it.
Barry Gibb can sing, dude.
Yeah. Well, all 3 of them can.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's a fucking arguably again. There's 3 or 4 songs people can arguably say is their best song, and that's usually one that's mentioned. I can't remember the girl's name that sings the backgrounds in that song, but it just sounds so fucking perfect with it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, talk about just fucking well written compositions, man. Fucking bravo to fucking Jeff Lynne, man.
Yeah, man. So get to Charles's track 3 on side 2. Joseph, I think you already mentioned this one, The Diary of Horace Wimp.
Mm-hmm.
He picked that one, so you guys already talked about that. So then we get to mine. I don't know if anybody knows this song, but I think this song fucking kicks fucking ass. Poker Man.
Mhm.
It's a fucking bitchin' ass rocker, man. They're just riffing it up on this song. Fucking love it. That's my track 3 on side 2. And then we get to your track 4 on side 2, Joseph.
Alrighty. So my track 4 on side 2, kind of slowing it back down a little bit, giving another one of those epic songs, and that is the title track off El Dorado. I think it's a beautiful, but it has this epic quality to it. Kind of has different little movements in it. I think it's just an amazing, amazing track. Kind of slowing the album down a little bit, giving it more of that epic quality. I think it's a great, great track.
What's your track 3, Jerry?
I heard rumors about this album that the only reason they made it is because they were under a contractual obligation to make it. But I'm going to take "Hold On Tight" off the album Time.
Love that song.
Remember just watching the video all the fucking time on MTV, dude. Just a cool. I mean, it's a typical awesome ELO with the great killer background vocals. You know what I mean? It's just a cool tune. It's an underrated song in my opinion by them.
Yeah, I remember the video, and they had another video off that album too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I almost picked that song and I can't remember it now.
Yeah, Jeff Lynne was sporting the really short hair, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there was only 3 members. There was only 3 members in the video, right?
Yeah, Bev's, him, and no, I think it was just those 2. I think
There was only 2 or 3.
There would have been 3 because there was the 3 that was in it for the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, and we get to Charles's track side 2, track 4, Rockarera.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that song, but I don't know that song, so it's a cool pick, Charles. And then everybody probably picked this song, right? Living Thing. It's a living thing. Fucking Bee Gees sound to it, but why do I like it? It's like
because the Bee Gees rule.
I don't like the Bee Gees, but it's Jeff Lynne's voice that gets me.
Well, then maybe you need to revisit them because they rule.
I have. Eddie Constantine tried to get me into them, didn't work.
Have you listened to the 60s stuff?
Yes, he gave me all that. It didn't work. They got a I think it's
that was only the disco era, man.
Listen to freaking Massachusetts, and I started a joke and words.
I started a joke.
Yeah, Eddie gave me those songs. Hey, Eddie, if you're watching, he's probably not
To
watching.
Love Somebody, man. Another great song, man.
New York Mining Disaster.
Fucking A, dude. They have a lot of great songs.
So we get to your track 5.
5.
That's it.
Alrighty, so I'll be the final person because I think everyone else has already mentioned this one, and that is Bruce himself. Don't bring me down. I think I'm kind of setting this one up for the final home run on my album. I'm kind of using it as the setup track, divert everyone's sort of expectations about what's going to close my album. But I think you can't not pick Don't Bring Me Down. I think it's like you guys have all said, it's an amazing, amazing song.
Yeah. And we get to your track 4, Jerry?
Off a New World Record, man. Higher and higher, baby. You just said it, Living Thing. Great fucking cool tune, man. I mean, it's a terrible thing to. Yeah,
we do karaoke on this show, so we're sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it probably isn't a very good karaoke, but we try. But oh man, excuse me. Yeah, that's my number
4.
4. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool tune, man.
So we get to Charles's number 5 on side 2. Rock and Roll is King. I love that song.
That's a great song.
I forgot to pick that one. That's a fucking
Rock and Roll Express right there.
Yeah, that's a fucking great song. And then I get to mine. Poor Boy the Greenwood. Sounds like he's saying poo boy, not poor. It's like poo boy. But it's funny as fuck. But it's a really good song. I fucking love it. But why does it sound like he's saying poo? That's all. I'm trying to make a joke out of it, but I did hear poo. And then we
sometimes think some of those British bands did that to fuck with Americans. I think I don't know, man.
Did it sound like poo?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't sound like
I guess,
poor.
yeah.
It sounded like poo. But then we get to your number 6, Joseph.
Alrighty, closing out my album. And like I started my album with one of my favorite album openers by ELO, I'm closing my album with one of my favorite album closures by ELO. And I think it is one of the most beautiful songs that they ever wrote. And that's Face the Music's One Summer Dream. I think it is an amazingly beautiful way to close this album. I mean, this is a song that really hit me when I was listening to it in preparation for this, and I think it's an amazingly beautiful song and a great way to close an album.
All right, man. Then get to you, Jerry. Your track 5, ending side 2.
I'm gonna close it off with another awesome track from the very underrated Time album, 21st Century Man. Another great fucking song off that album. Very underrated album. Like I said, I think
that was the first ELO album I bought.
Yeah, I think they were forced to make that album. Actually, I think they were. I don't know if I remember.
They were.
Right. Yeah, but actually, it was a very good record. I mean, it wasn't really forgot. It got lost in the ELO shuffle, I guess. But it's a fucking pretty kick-ass album. So I'm gonna end my album with the track off that classic album, in my opinion, 21st Century Man.
I guess me and Charles are the only ones who picked Xanadu songs. Because he picked I'm Alive. Fucking great track, dude. I would have picked that over my Xanadu track. I forgot about that one, man. That's a fucking I'm Alive. Fucking great song, man. I just like all over the world the dance numbers they're doing in there in Xanadu. No, I'm just fucking with you, Jerry.
We know.
Then I get to,
we know, Mark. You're not fooling anybody, dude.
Then I get to my number 6, and yeah, because it's got good memories. Two people did a great version of this, ELO and Ace Frehley. Do ya? I gotta pick this song because it's great. There's not those two versions are the best. I can't say which one is better because they both rule.
I love it. I love it.
The correct answer is ELO.
It's ELO, yes. I love Ace. Don't get me wrong, but
I like
Ace got it right with 2000 Man. He got it right with the New York Groove, but not this one. So,
hey, New York Groove was in a new Continental show. The John Wick prequel. Did you watch it on Peacock yet? It shows you, Winston. It shows young Winston, dude.
I have never seen a John Wick movie.
What the fuck is wrong with you? My! You like Keanu Reeves, right?
Yeah, I do, but I can only take him in short bursts. Man.
Oh, dude. Every John Wick movie is amazing.
I also have never seen any Matrix movies either.
Well, you only need to watch the first 2. The rest are trash.
But I did see Point Break, which he ruled in, and fucking The Devil's Advocate, which was fucking a great fucking movie.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Bill and Ted, of course, yeah.
Speed?
Speed. Yeah.
Speed was all right.
Oh, come on.
Dennis Hopper in that movie
is
amazing. Dennis Hopper is like one of my favorite movie villains.
Yeah.
You disappoint me, Jerry.
What else is new? Story of my life.
No.
My wife told me that the other day when we had sex, so I must get it a lot. So
I'm just saying, John Wick. Watch all 4 of them. They're all on Peacock. You have Peacock, bitch.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit there and fucking watch 4 hours, 4 straight fucking
watch
John
Wick
movies.
Watch the first movie and see if you want to watch the second. If you don't want to watch the second, then there's something fucking wrong with you. My wife loves John Wick.
All right, dude, I'll never do that. Next.
You'll never watch John Wick?
I'm just kidding. I don't know, dude. The fucking I just don't have time to fucking sit and watch a whole bunch of movies nowadays.
What the fuck? You're watching Star Trek Next Generation all day and MASH.
No, I don't. I watch it when I wake up in the morning to wake up to, man. That's about it.
No, I'm the one watching MASH all day.
All right, so that was our ELO album. Thank you, Charles. You're not here, but thank you for sending us your list because you are still part of this show.
I have some bonus tracks.
Oh, I don't have any bonus tracks, so go for it, man.
I'll read them real quick. Diary of Horace Wimp, Sweet Talking Woman, Can't Get It Out of My Head, Summer and Lightning, and Shangri-La.
Sweet Talking Woman's a great one. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Joseph, you have bonus tracks?
Pretty much everything that everyone mentioned on your list that I did not include on my list, I think are all great songs.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, I could have made 3 of these. I mean, they have so many amazing. Just literally buy this set. I mean,
I
you're
might
not
do
going to go
that.
wrong.
I got the greatest hits CD, but I got just about all their albums on vinyl, but I just had the greatest hits CD.
Yeah.
I'll probably get something like that. I'd like to have something like that. So.
I know that, like I said, I know this is, I think it looks like it's out of print right now, but I know they have one of those 5 CD sets, and I'm sure it's the 5 classic albums.
I'm sure I can find it on eBay probably. Hopefully
I just looked and it's not.
Oh,
it's
really?
not.
Okay.
No,
Oh, wow.
it's bad.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I only bought this a couple of years ago, so I don't know what happened, but
We need to get, we need to get on this show one time, Mark. We need to get Paul Monkhouse on this show.
Well, he's like in England. It's kind of hard to get there, dude.
No, I hear that, but man, that fucking.
But you know, Charles did it from Poland, son of a bitch.
He can get some cool access to shit. I bet that we can't get in America.
Yeah, dude. Paul Monkhouse. I blocked him like I blocked you.
Before, oh, you got fucking politics, dude.
Fucking politics sucks.
Yeah.
But I just want to give a shout out. I don't know if you want to be on this next week. If you're next week, October 19th, we're doing the most overrated bands or artists with Chris ELO.
I could probably come up with 11 of those.
I come up about 30 of them. So
all right, so your schedule, Joseph. I'm not taking you out of the chat.
Cool.
All right, Mike, Jerry, any final thoughts, man? What's going on?
Nah, man, it was really cool. It's kind of really. This is a strange episode. It's an adjustment episode because we don't have Charles on it, so it was kind of a. I don't know. Is it missing something?
I don't know. I told Charles today. I said, me and you should do like a Sunday BS special so he can get on there.
You know how you get Charles? You know you get Charles on every show talking about the Beatles.
Yeah,
that's how he did last night's episode on
Beatles, Oasis.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a dick because I would pick a Beatles episode just to get him on. But I told him that today. You know, Jerry's busy on Sundays. I mean, you could do a Charles and Mark BS exclusive on a Sunday once in a while. I know you wouldn't mind it. And he said, well, I'm coming back. So I'm going, sorry, Charles, if I gave that up. He will be back once.
Everybody needs a break, dude.
He needs a break. It's cool, man. But 3 shots down, bitch. That hat right here.
I swear to you, it's coming. We might actually have 2 episodes done before we actually have one up, but we are in the process of doing it. So,
and I haven't been invited on one episode. You suck.
Well, I don't think I don't know how you can have guests on what we talk about, though.
Yeah.
Because we have kind of a structured show right now. We talk about a certain part of it's not that we're trying to be dicks. It's just that
I'm saying
I don't know.
I'm not saying they're dicks. You're a dick.
We're just feeling ourselves out right now. We probably will have guests on eventually.
Yeah.
So,
and who's the one helping you all the time? Come on.
And I've been thanking you for it.
I know. I'm just fucking with you, dude.
And then me and Jerry and Charles have our wrestling show if ever that happens.
It'll happen, dude. I swear. Yeah. I promise.
Hey, I don't like wrestling, but you just need to bring me on there to make faces.
Yeah. I mean, Charles has got a name. Charles has got a name for it. We got the first episode of Montreal Screwjob already in the.
Hey, I got good jokes for that one.
Yeah. So, actually, I'd love to have Nate on that one too. That'd be cool. He's got a pretty cool story about Shawn Michaels.
That other dude.
I guess he met Shawn Michaels in a bar or something and said he was just such a pussy or something. Some guy tried to fight him, and he was.
I think he was there when he was one of the people.
Yeah.
He was there when all the Marine or whenever it was beat up Shawn Michaels.
Right. That's what I said. I mean, that's why I'd love to have him on the show to talk about that again.
Them already making faces.
Mark will be like this on the show.
Oh God, yeah. I'll just sit there and listen. You know, who was the guy we had on where you guys talked about wrestling for 20 minutes? We did the Cinderella episode.
What was that? I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, you should have it. He's a wrestler.
Yeah, I know. I haven't heard from him in a while.
I haven't either. I wonder if he blocked me. Oh, I forgot his name. He should block me because I had some whiskey. Joseph, any final thoughts?
Well, currently the Atlanta Braves are 3 outs away from being eliminated from the playoffs. So Let's go Phillies.
Hey, I'm going for the Phillies. I like Trey Turner. I'm going for the Rangers. I like Corey Seager. There you go.
Yeah. No, the Phillies are up 3-1 going into the bottom of the 8th right now. So
My boy
Oh.
Castellanos, man. I'd love to see
Yeah.
him get a ring.
Is that closer still there who sucked with the Dodgers last year?
Not sure. I don't follow. I'm an Orioles fan, so I had a bad week.
Oh, sorry,
Well,
man.
you had a bad week.
Yeah.
We both lost 100 games and we got swept.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The Orioles hadn't been swept all season. The first time they ever got swept this year was the playoffs.
I'm just gonna say I wore this hat to work today because I know it gets shit. Win, lose, or choke. I mean choke. I
Yeah.
am a lifelong Dodger fan.
It's a terrible hat, but it's not as bad as the Yankees. So I'll give
No,
Fuck
not
the
at all.
Yankees.
And
Fuck the
I
Yankees.
finally had a good excuse to wear my Steelers jersey this week. So
Hey, you're
there
in
was
first
that.
place.
How?
Good defense. Defense. You
That's
got Watt.
literally it. That's literally it.
Your defense, dude. But Kenny Pickett had a good fourth quarter, though.
He usually does. That's about the only quarter he's ever in.
Well, except with the
Hopefully-
Niners.
Hopefully the Niners can help you out this weekend. Hopefully.
Hey, you know
The
what?
Browns.
Hey,
The Niners have always been my NFC team, so I always root for the Niners.
like I say every week, congratulations to the Browns for beating the 49ers.
I don't think Deshaun Watson's playing. I don't think he hasn't practiced.
I think
all
he's
week,
still
so-
hurt. I think he's still hurt.
Oh. Well, that's kind of. I'm not going to say that because I don't like when players.
Yeah, it could be one of those, you don't never want to.
But you know how the Niners are with
man.
running quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is true.
but I think they gotten better with that with Hufunga. But man, let's get. I just want I also like Jerry. He's a Reds fan. Win, lose, or choke. We're fans, and you are too, man. Both our teams choked, man.
Yes, we did.
My team 2 years in a row. That fucking sucks. We lost the Padres and we lost the fucking Diamond Dicks.
I
Fuck
tell you what,
you.
I'm optimistic, man, about my Reds, man. They're looking.
Yeah.
They got some of a future coming up here.
Dude,
so.
the
They
Dodgers,
do. They look like they have a future.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Dodgers scored 900 runs. Freeman and Mookie were what 1 for 22?
Yeah, I read that.
You
They
can't
scored, what,
win.
two or- they
That was
scored,
a
what, two or-
crazy stat.
They scored what 2 or 3 runs this whole series, something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, the starters sucked, but the bullpen came out and controlled it. It's like fucking our bullpen was awesome. It's the starters. Lance Lynn giving up 4 home runs last night when I was recording that show. I called it after game 1. I said Dodgers are getting swept. I know my team. I know the demeanor in the fucking in there. They looked like they were beaten game 1. I said it's over. I knew it. Dodgers have been in the most World Series, but the Dodgers have lost the most World Series. Us Dodger fans are used to it. Not like Browns fans. I'm sorry, Charles. Never won anything except championships in the 1950s.
See,
But,
right now, I'm in the midst of a Canadian football season. My Toronto Argonauts are doing real good. So I'm at least got that to look forward to right now.
Well, like I said, baseball season's over for me. I'm not going to really watch any of the games. It's time for the Niners, Lakers, and LA Kings. And Jerry's got his Panthers, and
They're dropping a fucking major egg tonight. The Panthers are. Jeez.
and you got your Niners, man.
Hey, that's okay. The Penguins blew a major lead in the end of the third period on Monday.
How do you get shut out by the fucking Minnesota Wild on opening night? What the?
Maybe the
fuck?
Minnesota Wild is good now.
No, they're not. They've been.
No, they're
terrible.
not.
No,
they're
they're.
Did your team
500
suck
at
till
best.
the midseason last
True.
year?
They did. You're
They
right.
did
So,
suck
yeah.
to midseason, and they got to the finals, right?
Well, they got in the playoffs the last day
Got
of
the
the
playoffs.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there
last
you
game
go.
of the season. So yeah.
So man, hockey season's on, NFL's on, and
All 4 of them going. All 4 of them going.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
Yeah.
baseball's done for me.
Yeah.
College football. That's about it.
Oh,
But, man,
I think I'm.
oh,
I think
no,
I'm
we're
done
not
with
going to
college
talk
football,
about. We're
too.
not going to talk about college football.
Oh man.
Well,
Notre
my
Dame.
team
that
UCLA
was.
lost.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's what they get for undervaluing Joe Montana.
You're talking about a team that have hurt fans, Notre Dame fans, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
we've been
But
through it.
listen how Joe Montana was fucked over at that school a lot.
Not really.
Yeah, he
No.
was. They kept making him like the backup, and they had to bring him in.
I mean,
and
he
the-
won a national championship.
He did, but the
Yeah.
thing is, have you watched the Joe Montana thing on?
Yeah, I saw that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw how he was undervalued in Notre Dame.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he still goes and stands on the sideline. So
Yeah.
I'm sure
I mean-
his career ended up pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
He should have stayed with the
It was
Niners.
okay, you know.
Yeah, he turned out okay.
I think
was
if Joe
decent.
Montana stayed with the Niners would have had 2 instead of 1.
I don't think so.
I think Joe Montana would have brought them to another two more Super Bowls.
Well,
Who
possibly,
knows?
but
I love
but the
Steve
Nin-
Young. I love Steve
Yeah.
Young, but I'm just saying.
you never know.
Yeah, no.
All right, man.
I should have learned by now to stop getting expectations about Notre Dame. It's never
Yeah,
it's
I
never
am too.
it doesn't end well.
Fuck you. Fuck USC. Okay.
Yeah.
I
well,
mean,
that's who
they
that's who we
can't
got this week.
They can't compete with the SEC. First of
No.
all, I mean, teams like Alabama and Georgia will fucking just destroy them. However, they did play Georgia pretty well.
They did both times. Both
Yeah,
times
but
were
still.
like 1-score games.
I mean, it's like, but Alabama teams like that will fucking
Yeah.
always. It's that fucking. Remember that national championship game? Oh god.
Oh well, apparently the NCAA doesn't. So why would
Alabama embarrassed us, man. Jeez.
well, according to the NCAA, that entire season didn't happen for Notre Dame. So
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
All right, man. So
True.
until next
right.
week when we're doing our top 11 overrated bands and artists. See you next week, Joseph. See you next week, Jerry. Let's get the fuck out of here, and the bullshit will continue next week. Later, guys.
Thanks, Joseph, for being on, brother.
thanks for having me.